Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over the world. And it's going to be an Easytalk bite size, the smallest possible version of the Easytalk. We've got two familiar faces back on the show. We've got a newbie on the show. So I want to go to the familiar faces. That is MOBAY GOONER. What's happening, brother?
What's going on? What's going on? You already know we're here.
You're there. And IG, what's happening, man?
All good, all good. Still supporting Emery and probably getting my hairs grey now.
And the newbie is BABSI. BABSI is new on the channel. Evening, BABSI. How's it going, man?
Evening, all good.
There you go.
Bless.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So, like I said, it's going to be a bite-sized version this evening. Make sure you put your comments on the chat. I'm sure it's going to light up in the next few minutes. The first thing actually we wanted to debate or actually talk about was the game in midweek. It was the Europa League game versus VITORIA Gamaresh SC. What I missed the first half because I was at work. Who scheduled that kickoff for 10 to 4 in the afternoon? Was that down to Sky? A lot of the people in the UK were at work. We're at work. And I got a message from MOBAY saying, well, actually, brother, the first half, you didn't miss nothing. You missed like one shot or one header over the bar. So
nothing.
Wasn't much to it anyway. But when I saw the second half, to me, it looked like Emery kind of set the team up to play out for the draw, BABSI. What do you think?
Yeah. Basically, he set the team to basically win the game, but he couldn't keep them ticking. You know what I mean? I feel that we started with a very strong team, defensively, offensively. We were the better side, but confidence-wise, we like I don't know what's going on with Emery right now. Like he can't keep the team ticking. He can't manage. He can't tell the players what to do. You know what I mean? I feel like we are lost. The game was flat the first half. Less than 10 minutes into the game, VITORIA hit the post. Bang. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, I can't see us getting back from this. You know, even when we play home games, it's the same. It's the same issue we having. You know what I mean? So the game versus VITORIA, he set the team to just draw basically, because we weren't doing anything till the game till we scored the goal. Yeah.
The stats were that was the first shot on goal in the 80th minute where we actually scored from the header from Mustafi.
Yeah, and Mustafi almost scored an own goal the last minute. An own goal. Can you imagine? Like, so we almost lost the game. So yeah.
So basically, you think literally that Emery set the team up to go out and win rather than draw? Is that what the lineup was very strong. That was a winning team versus against VITORIA. It was a winning team. But the way he played, the way he kept the team ticking, you know what I mean? It was just flat. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just flat. Yeah. Okay. MOBAY, tell me your thoughts, man.
Well, I have to disagree with he set up the team to win. First of all, he went with 3 at the back, well, 5 at the back, however you want to put it. So he took away one of our midfield players. We already know there was a good team from they played at the Emirates. They played well at the Emirates. They almost scored. We were lucky we almost lost the game. I mean, and then he comes and that's the thing. That's the mentality that I don't understand with him, because we're Arsenal. We're not Stoke City. We're not supposed to be going to Victoria's Secret trying to play for a draw. I mean, it is what it is, man. This was frustrate me about this game and the first 15 minutes. They had like 10 shots in the first half. We had 1. You know, nothing about that game suggested that we was going for the win. We couldn't even get out of our own half. We're not playing against Barcelona, or we weren't playing against, you know, a Premier League team. We're playing against the team that's 4th in the league, and it's like we should be doing better with the players that we have. We had no shots on target. There was a stat that come out in the game that We didn't make not one pass into the 18-yard box the whole game, not one. And then the thing that pissed me off more about it is after the game, and then he keeps coming out after these games that we're having these bad performances, and he's like, "Oh well, we played the way we wanted to play." What do you mean you play the way we wanted to play? Nothing about these performances is telling us that we're trying to do anything going forward. He's trying to set us up defensively, which we can't defend to save our lives. Even though we went up 1-0, we didn't even deserve to win that game. They deserved to win that game clearly. They had the most shots on target. Martinez was making save after save in the first half. We were lucky not to be done by 2 or 3 goals in the first half. And this is not, we're not playing against Spurs or Man U, or come on, we should be dominating this. And he's like, oh, well, we did what we needed to do. Then today he's come out and we can look at the result 2 ways. We can look at it that it was bad that we draw, or it's good that we didn't lose. Like Sam Allardyce didn't get kicked out of the England team for this. You know, he wouldn't have said that. I'm just frustrated with this guy, man. I've been told you, man. I told you from the season start. I do not have a good feeling about this season. I gave him last season. Not one time last season did I say Emery need to go. Even when we failed in the last part of the season, I did not one time say anything bad about it. But from this season on, we haven't played one complete game, not one. I don't care. Every game that we won was because of individual players. Burnley at home, Aston Villa at home, we had to come back from the dead. Every game that we played this season, we have been dominated. We haven't dominated not one game, except for Spurs when we came back in the second half. But we haven't played a full game the whole season. How long are we going to wait to play a full game? It's like we're like 15 games in now. We still haven't seen a complete performance.
So, MOBAY, I take it that you're definitely your Emery out. You've had enough.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. IG. Well, you know, what's your thoughts on the Victoria SC game first? And
Well, 3 points. Number one, Victoria is not a small team. They may be 4th in their league. They're not deserving to be 4th in their league because they're defenders. You know, we could buy those defenders because they're strong. They can read the attack. You know, the fact that their defense and their midfield were retrieving the balls more, and on the counter they're superb. They had more shots than us. So I don't think so. That team was very weak. And the fact that all the Arsenal fans who are supporting the club for more than 10 years, they have seen the Wenger ball. They have seen the dominating kind of football, how we played, how we beat Barcelona in the Champions League once, and how we've been. We expect Arsenal to win games by dominating and playing entertaining football, but those days are gone, and we have to accept that. It's a new manager. I agree. He had got 1 season. MOBAY, you could not even say him anything because in the last season, because that was not completely his team, and it still isn't. I mean, imagine. I mean, we've lost Aaron Ramsey, okay, who was in the team since 2010, 2011.
He got rid of Aaron Ramsey. He
didn't want him. I think you need to know about it, that Arsene Wenger wanted him to sign the contract, but it was down to the players and it was down to the agents who got him a better deal. And it was at the end Aaron Ramsey's decision that he did not want to stay.
Ramsey wanted to stay.
He wanted to stay. He had a better offer.
Changed their mind because Emery didn't want him.
See, out of respect,
the money wasn't the problem.
Money was a lucrative
deal was
offer.
initially agreed. You know,
a deal was initially agreed, but if Wenger would have stayed, probably Aaron Ramsey also would have stayed. But that did not happen. All the fans did not want to.
Because Emery didn't want Ramsey. That was his opinion.
He did not have an option. He did not have an option, and we did not have. Our problem was that the whole management system was crumbling. We did not manage. We managed players quite poorly. You know, Sanchez was let off the hook. Ozil was made to stay. Ramsey was not made. Ramsey was not made the highest paid player. Why? I mean, you need to look at this. Mesut Ozil is on his decline. You can't deny that fact as well. And last season was it was quite instrumental for us to know that the amount of assists has gone down. and we lost a straight box-to-box midfielder who was at his prime. Look at Juventus; he scored for them in the Champions League. I mean, and to replace that with Dani Ceballos, who's never played in England, he struggled against Liverpool. I mean, you need to understand that
that's Emery signing though. He say he's here because of Emery. That's Emery signing. He brought him in. So if you complain about Dani Ceballos, that's Emery's boy.
I'm not complaining about Dani Ceballos. I'm complaining about the patience of the fans that is running out. I'm actually giving respect to Vitoria how they played. You know, if you guys can say that Emery set up Arsenal to defend, and probably Vitoria had 3 shots on target straight away that did not go in. But you need to understand that we defended till that first goal. Why don't we get the credit when Vitoria did not score? Probably it's because their finishing was not that good. But we defended, we showed character, and we could not get all the 3 points, but we are top of the table. And probably Europa should not be considered much into the conversations much, because I think
we didn't show any potential. We didn't show any potential of free flowing football in that game.
I think
what I mean? That it was a flat game. We didn't show any potential.
It was because I think Mustafi played as a fullback.
It was a boring game. No, he was
he played in the back 3.
He was at the back. He
played in the back 3. Fullbacks was Nathan Niles and Tierney.
And Ferentini, yeah.
And Tierney, okay. And probably Torreira. I don't know what has happened to him. His game has completely changed.
Tierney didn't even get forward. And no, Tierney's a player that loves to get forward. He didn't even get forward. You got to see. It's the instructions that the player has been given. Tierney's not the kind of player. We've seen him play for years. I've been on here with Alex before we even signed him, and I said, this is a player that is going to change and come and be solid for a left back position. Going forward, Tierney is a player that can get crosses in the box. We've seen him play for us against other teams and played well. You can see that these players are being given these instructions. Torreira has been given this instruction to play as a number 10, and people say, oh, he's having a bad season because he's not comfortable where he's playing at. That's the problem. Torreira is the furthest player forward in our midfield. Now, you tell me how that make any kind of sense. Zero.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I understand Emery playing Torreira high off the pitch and dropping Ceballos further down to carry the ball from the back 4, because he's more comfortable with the ball on his feet, so he can distribute it. You know what I mean? Because Emery likes his philosophy of playing, like his playing style is to high press. He likes to high press, but he can't do it in the Premier League with these type of players. So he just have to go back to basics, make it simple. Play Torreira at the base alongside Guendouzi, and play Ozil in front of them. That's it. And play your front 3. Go back to basics. But the thing is, like, he always likes to, maybe he just likes to be too tactical or a bit too naive. I don't know how to call it. So I understand what he's trying to do with Torreira, but it's not working. It's just not working because he's not getting it. So he just have to go back to basics. We can't high press. No chance. We can't.
A question to Babsi and MOBAY, because obviously you said that from the get-go that both you guys are Unai Emery out. Who ideally would you want to come in and manage this squad of players? And you've got to bear in mind as well that once you've got a new coach coming in, there's going to be some players that are going to maybe not feature in the new coach's plan. So the whole dynamics is going to change. The dynamics will change. There's going to be some players under Unai Emery that are going to be more favoured than others. And once you bring in a new coach or a manager, the dynamics is going to change forever. So the question is to Babsi and MOBAY, ideally, which coach or which manager would you like to come in now?
Yeah, it's going to change. The dynamics going to change. But can it get any worse?
I don't know.
Yes. Why not? Why not? It depends upon which manager you want to come in and what philosophy he brings.
No, I mean, with a new manager, can it get worse? I don't think so. Because like we have the squad. You
got managers out there. People act like there's nobody out there that can do a better job than what we're doing now. We're not doing well. And if we let this keep on, listen, people are underestimating Leicester City in this race. People think we're just going to automatically finish fourth. It's not going to happen. Not with the way we're playing. Okay, Leicester is already, if they beat us this weekend, they're 9 points ahead of us. Okay, if Chelsea win and we lose to Leicester, both teams are 9 points ahead of us. We're falling down the table. People always bring this point up. They always say, well, look what Liverpool did with Klopp. It took him 3 years. No, Liverpool fired like 5 managers before they got the Klopp. Okay, it didn't just come overnight. It wasn't the next manager after their success or after Rafa Benitez won the Champions League with them. Look how much manager it was between there and then. It's not. Chelsea is the same way. You got Frank Lampard now. It wasn't working out last year with Sarri, which I think was wrong for them to fire him because he did well last year. But even before that, it wasn't working out well. They switched managers. People just think that if a new manager coming in the middle of the season, you're just going to flatline and lose a bunch of games. We're losing a bunch of games now. We haven't. Look at the last 18 games. We've won like 6. We're Arsenal. We're not Stoke. My goals for this club is better than that. The last 18 games, we won like 6 games.
Yeah.
We've drawn like 8, 9 games. I mean, is this what we have come to? Or we're just going to accept that till the end of the season, and then we're finished 10th, and then people be like, "Oh, well, let's give him another season and see what he's going to do." Nothing is going to change. It's been going on since last season. Our away form haven't fixed since Wenger left. People like to say it's Wenger players. We sold like 16 players in the summer. And between this summer and last summer, we sold a bunch of players. We brought in a bunch of players since Emery have been here. And no matter who he's putting in the starting lineup, still don't get it. The formula that he's putting on the field, no matter who we put there, when we play with the kids, we can't defend. When we play with the senior squad, we can't defend. No matter who goes into that back four, we went to Liverpool. And people saying, it's a good game. That against Liverpool, we played a good game and it was exciting. It was this. We still gave up 5 goals.
So MOBAY, so do you think the squad? Do you think they're overrated?
Nope.
You don't think they're overrated?
Nope. I think we can do better with the squad that we have.
Okay.
I think we can. When you look at Chelsea squad and Arsenal squad, and you tell me that they have a better team than we do, I don't accept that. No way. Frank Lampard just been here for like 4 months. Emery been here for 18. It doesn't add up. The arguments doesn't add up when you put it like that. People say they need more time to. We got experienced players in our back line. You know, Chelsea have kids playing in their back line, and at least you can see they don't win every game, but at least you can see what he's trying to do. And Lampard stick to his philosophy, and it's working. This guy keeps changing every week. Okay, you sold a player in Aaron Ramsey that was perfect for playing that split forward that he's trying to play with Lacazette and Aubameyang. Okay, and now you try to take Torreira to play that position that you used to play with Ramsey. 2 totally different players. Nothing over the years suggests that Torreira can be a box-to-box midfielder or can be a number 10. Nothing. He's never done nothing in Arsenal to suggest that. He's the best defensive midfielder that we have at this club. And what does he do? He takes him out of that. Okay, fine, you don't want to play Ozil. I don't care. I'm over that already. I don't even care. But let's play the players in their position. Everything that he does is backwards. We finally have all our players fit. We're playing a game at home against Wolves that we need to win. We need to win. We should be winning against Wolves at home. I don't care what anybody say. Oh, it's Wolves and whatever. We're playing at home against Wolves. We should be going for the win. He took Pepe out and left him on the bench. We went away to Liverpool. He left them on the bench. You have the best players in the best position. Play them where they're supposed to be played at least one time. I just want to see our full complement of players on the field in their formation just once. Just one time. Just let it work and let it don't work. And then I say, okay, maybe he was right. But then you bring in Lacazette come back fit. So now Lacazette is fit. You put Lacazette in the team and now Pepe is out. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Babsy, did you want to say something on the end of that?
No, yeah. Against the game versus Wolves, like he was saying, we set up quite well. It was a very good team, and a very positive squad because Ceballos was there, Ozil, and you know what I mean. Like we was attacking. It was an attacking team basically, but we didn't. Why didn't we win that game? He's completely right. Against Wolves, I don't care what no one says. We should be beating Wolves. It was a must-win game, and these were the same games we were losing last season. These were the same game that cost us Champions League football, and it's repeating every now and then it's repeating.
Nothing is getting better. We get better players, and the same is happening again.
I don't agree with fans saying like we need to give Emery time. You need to give. If it was Frank Lampard's performance he was put in at Arsenal, yeah, I'll give him the time because I see what he's trying to do. But you can't give Emery time because he's not doing anything. His football is flat. It's boring. The fans are tired. They're frustrated. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay.
He don't deserve time. Nah.
Okay. IG. Did you want to come back?
Well, these are the 3 games that I actually spoke in my videos as well. 3 games: Leicester away, home to Wolves, and home to Crystal Palace. Last time around to Wolves, we draw 1-1. This season, 1-1. Same. There's no change. Last season, we dropped all points against Crystal Palace. We lost 3-1, 3-2, maybe. 3-1, I guess. And this time around, we draw 2-2. We got 1 point. So don't tell me that things are not changing. Things are. Defensively, we're trying to be solid. We still are giving goals. We have our individual errors. Yes, we are. But Leicester, again, we went away and we were thrashed last season. We lost all the points. Even if we get 1 point, these are the crunch moments. You know that you've got to play 19 teams. You know there are top 6. You got to play 5 of those, and then you've got teams from ranking 6 to 10th who are definitely going to be tough when you go at their home. Like Leicester, you got West Ham, you got Everton, you got Wolves. These are really, really highly rated teams. Look at Wolves; they can even qualify in the Europa League for the round of 32. They're showing it that way. And probably Nuno is probably getting the best out of those Portuguese players. It's probably a land of Portugal in England. If you see Wolves, the whole team. I mean, he's getting the best out of those players. So don't rate them down. Or probably, if you guys still believe, no, Emery's got these many times. Probably. I think when you talk about Klopp, he got more time. Probably it was a bigger idea that the club had with him. It was a huge amount of money that was given to him, and look at the players what he brought in. So when you have a journey around, when you think that you got 4 or 5 seasons or probably a bigger picture in mind, you know that you got to buy a winger. You got a winger, but whole and sole priority should have been a centre back. You got a better centre back, and you loaned him out. It's because you wanted him to develop, and look at what he's doing. He's actually ripping apart Liga 1. And we are missing that. We're missing that. And you know that Laurent Koscielny was making a lot of noises. We got David Luiz in his place. See, you cannot expect a lot of things to improve from our defense. You got Rob Holding injured. You got Hector Bellerin injured. And you're making, Ainsley Maitland-Niles play him out of position. You want Chambers to play as a fullback. The link up between Chambers and Pepe from the right side is not happening with the central part of the field. It just isn't. And if you play Pepe, you need to understand that it is a bit of risk. He's good when it comes to set pieces. It was really great to see him, in those Crystal Palace 2 corners that he came up with, and the 2 goals that he scored against Vitoria at home. It was really good to see. But more than that, if you play against the teams like Leicester, Wolves, Pepe is going to be a problem because he's going to take his time for him to be a part of the link-up play of Arsenal. Counter-attack, it is going to take time. It's not Lille, it's not Liga 1. It's going to take time. So if he did not, when I saw the Wolves game and when I saw the lineup, I was wow. I felt so great because I knew that Pepe should come as a substitute. That also did not happen. That is something which I also believe that instead of Saka it should have been Pepe coming in. I would have expected him because I think when Pepe plays our set piece, scoring from set piece, those chances increase dramatically. I mean, even from a header against Vitoria, he is that kind of a person. But Emery tried his best to make sure that Pepe gets integrated into the team. That is a longer process. And if you guys are running out of patience, and if you guys are going to give, he's got a great amount of time, I'm sorry, we're turning out to be Chelsea. You talk about Liverpool.
it's not just about the players, IG. It's about the stuff that he's doing, even the in-game management. It's frustrating. You have to see this. We're trying to win a game. We're leading 1-0 in the game. We're trying to get points at home, and you take her for only defensive midfielder and bring on an 18-year-old Saka to come in, and then 2 minutes after we concede. That is not a coincidence. It happens because he changed the shape of the team. We was getting peppered by Wolves. Any sane manager would have tried and either lock up shop, bring in another midfielder. No, you take off your only defensive midfielder with 15 minutes to go, and you bring on an 18-year-old wide player, and then you bring him on and then play him in a number 10 position. Did you see that? He brought on Saka. He took off Torreira and then put Saka in a number 10 position in midfield. Is that the kind of pressure you want to put on an 18-year-old player? He did the same thing against Liverpool. We're controlling the game. We're playing well. He took off Ozil. Everything fell apart. Then we went up. Minutes left in the game. He took off Torreira. Your only defensive midfielder. You took him off. Okay? We needed a goal. Wolves scored 2 minutes after Torreira went off. We needed a goal. You know what he did? He took off Tierney and brought on Kolasinac. I mean, come on. The decisions that he's making, even the blind man can see, it doesn't make sense. None of it does.
BABSI, I've got just one question to put to you. Well, it's not a question, it's like a statement. Last season, it's the same coach. He gave us our first Europa League Cup final in 26 years. He gave us the 22-game unbeaten run. He gave us the 4-2 win against Arsenal. It's the same coach. It's the same coach. So, for me...
go on.
Yeah, so it's like, I think, personally, in my opinion, the fan base are too quick to ask for Unai Emery to be out of the club. Because you can't say on one hand, this coach has brought us all those wonderful things last season, and in the moment we have like a run of bad games, you're asking for the coach to be out. It's not 1/3. We're not even 1/3 into the second season, and the fan base are already calling for Unai Emery out. So are we not too? But what's happened to the fan base? Is it a fact literally that we think we can get a better coach? We don't have any patience.
The thing is, we asked for change. You know what I mean? We asked for change, and when Arsene Wenger left, we was expecting changes. You know what I mean? We appointed Emery. It was a bit of like a breath of fresh air, you know, blowing in the club. Everyone is like optimistic, excited. You know what I mean? And you know, it just went on. It just went in his way till the latter part of the season. You know what I mean? We lost out in the Champions League. You know what I mean? We lost the Europa League final. That game we should have won because Chelsea already had Champions League football. You know what I mean? We needed it, but we didn't show any desire, no heart. That game was, oh my days. You know what I mean? So I think that's the reason, you know, for the fans being so impatient, because we was expecting Champions League football, you know, at the demise of Arsene Wenger. Like when he's gone, when he's left, we want Champions League football. So the fans can't be patient. This season, yeah, we was excited. We bought Pepe for 72 million. Yeah, we bought Ceballos, we bought Saliba, but although he went loan, but we had a stronger squad. We got Kieran Tierney. David Luiz is kind of finished, but he's adding a bit of experience, a bit of steel. He's better than what we got. He's better than Mustafi. You know what I mean? So we already have a better squad. Our squad should be competing for top 4. And the reason why the fans are being impatient is because the way we started the season. We're outside the top 4.
Man. It's been poor. It's been poor the whole
and we're
season.
not showing any signs on the pitch. That's the thing with Emery. If I was Emery in till Wolverhampton, so like we're not showing any signs. So we can't just be sitting there being patient and like, let's give him time. You know, nah, I'm not with that.
And the problem with me is on this, and this is my last point on this. It's not the problem that we're playing bad, or I don't think Emery is a good coach, because like you said, he did good things last season. Last season he did good things at the beginning of the season, but that's all changed. He's not even doing the same things anymore. We haven't played He's changed everything. Now we're playing down to the opposition. Every team that we play have a chance to play against us because of the way he set us. He set us up as a club, as a football team. You have the top 6 in England. Okay, I don't care what anybody say about the money or you're not underestimating the other teams, but you have to go in the game with a desire to win that game, not to shut up shop and try and draw at home. We're setting up the team to fail from the get-go. If he goes back to basic, like my guy said earlier, go back to basics. What you did when you first came here. He's refusing to do that. He did well when he came here because he kept it simple. You know, you set up your team how you want it. You know, you kept it simple. You put players in their position. Right now, he's overthinking everything. Everything. You're playing Ceballos wide on the left. You're playing Torreira out of position. You're playing all these players out of position. And you can say that, you know, Pepe is not in the best of forms right now. But over the past couple of games that he played, he did well. He came on, he scored some goals. He played well against Sheffield United away. He was our only threat on the field. Our only threat on the field. And he took him off. We was losing. We were losing. He took him off. We were losing. And bring on Torreira. Come on, guys. That really makes sense to you? That's the thing. He's overcomplicating everything. You're trying to go for a goal, and you take off your only threat off the field. To me, it's starting to look like sabotage, if you ask me. That's what that looked like when he made that move. The only threat that we had, we were doing nothing against Sheffield United. He had a couple shots. He was putting in crosses from his side of the field, and he took him off. And this been going on. You've been making the wrong substitution and I feel like he just sit there on the sideline and we're playing good and he'd be like, oh, this player is playing good. Let me take him off and put somebody else on. Let's go back to basics. If he wants to, that's the only way he's going to survive. And if we lose another 5 games, if we don't win in the next 5 games, you're still going to have fans that say, oh, give him time. We're just going to fall further and further down the table. And everybody think that we're just going to pick up the pace and we're just going to overpower this rest of these teams and come back from a 12-point deficit to finish in the top 4 because Leicester is not a good team or Chelsea is going to fall apart. It's not going to happen. The further we fall apart, the harder it's going to get in that top 4. So we have to make a move. He's either got to fix up right now. We're starting this weekend. I don't even think he should be the manager going into the Leicester game. He should have been fired last month, if you ask me. I don't think he should be the manager going to the Leicester game. But if we lose to Leicester and go 9 points behind them, that's it for me. And I'm already Emery out already, but if you can't see it after the Leicester game, and I feel we're going to go to Leicester and get battered, but we're not going to go there and try and attack Leicester. It's not going to happen. He's going to go there and sit back. Promise you.
Yeah. Well, if I can actually come back to BABSI's point, BABSI, I think you made a very good point. But I'm just going to ask you guys: is the week only about 12 games per season? Isn't the season long? Isn't the season long? And if you talk about if Leicester beat us, see, it's their home. Okay, as it is, our fans don't like Emery. Do you think that they are going to go away, support Emery, and support Arsenal? I don't think so.
I don't think so. We are supporting Arsenal. We all want Arsenal to win. I want Arsenal to win.
That's what they've all been doing all season.
To win.
I want Arsenal to win.
I agree. I want Arsenal to win, but I want Emery to do it. Okay,
that's the thing. That's the thing, my guy.
See, what BABSI said that we've got Tierney, we've got David Luiz. Is impressed by what David Luiz has done since he's come to Arsenal. Tierney was not available for the first 3 months. Hector, the best right back, who was irresponsible for our
he's
most
been available for the past 3 games.
Yeah, past 3 games. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
But
he's been available and he's been playing.
It's not,
and we've been dropping points still.
I agree, bro. Let me speak. See, if you cannot pick a player from, you cannot pick a player straight away from Scottish League and put him into the Premier League and expect him to just outshine. You think that it's Emery who's stopping him from playing the attacking role, but the same Emery is criticized when a player runs through Kieran Tierney from that side and scores a goal. I mean, he has to do his defensive duties. He's miles better than Sead Kolasinac in defending, and I'm happy that he's defending. If he's not even attacking, or he's not being a part of the link-up play, I don't see him do that. I want him to do that because him and Martinelli linking up and scoring goals in the EFL game against Nottingham, it was really great to see. Even the Europa League they played against Standard Liège, unbelievable. I know that that guy can cross way better, way better. I completely agree on that. And you also talk about Pepe coming in. I know. If you guys can show the patience with Pepe, because you guys know that you've seen him improve in the last 2 or 3 games. I completely agree. A new league, 72 million. Keep it aside. I don't even want to hear that value because I know he's worth more than that. He just needs more time. But if I have patience for Pepe, I really should have patience for Emery as well. Because we are in this together. I don't think so. You guys should crumble or you should not fall apart. Because right now the results are not going in your way. See, even if Leicester are 9 points ahead after this weekend, you don't forget that they are yet to face bigger teams and they will also drop points. They may also have injuries. It's a long season. You've already lost.
We haven't faced them either. We haven't played none of them yet.
We haven't faced.
You noticed
City.
that?
We haven't faced City and Chelsea. That's it. We have faced Liverpool. We've faced Manchester United. We've faced Tottenham.
Leicester have beaten Spurs. We haven't beaten Spurs.
They are yet to play City. They've lost to Liverpool. Even we lost to Liverpool.
We are yet to play City.
Away from home. This is the thing. We're going into these away games now, saying that we don't expect to win away games anymore because we're going away to these clubs saying it's okay if we go away and lose because it's the Premier League and it's hard. That's not big club mentality. You go into every game expecting to win. That's what you need to do.
And with that attitude, I'm not expecting you to support Arsenal anymore.
I support Arsenal, not Emery. That's the problem. That's the difference in me and you.
You believe Emery is different than Arsenal.
He supports Emery. He said he wants Emery to do it.
Yeah, you support Emery. You want Emery to do well. I want Arsenal to do well. That's the difference between me and you.
He's the gaffer.
Because I can't hear.
He's the gaffer, bro. He's the gaffer. Emery is equal to Arsenal right now, and you want somebody else to replace
You want
him.
Emery to do well. I want Arsenal to do well. That's the difference between me and you.
If Emery does well, Arsenal will win. If Emery is not doing well, Arsenal are dropping points. Why is it
Emery
different
can
for
kick
you?
rocks. If Emery goes and somebody else do well, Arsenal do well too. You don't have to be Emery.
If Emery makes sure that Arsenal get all the 3 points going away to Leicester, what will you do?
Emery still got to go. I'll be happy that Arsenal win. I'm not helping for Emery.
Bro, if you would hear yourself, I mean, I don't understand this, bro. Seriously,
I support Arsenal. I don't support Unai Emery. What's hard to understand in that?
I think I'd better like you a little bit of stoned than finding you sober, bro.
Oh.
All right, listen, let's just take a little pause for the cause. All right, so anyone's just watching the live stream now or maybe at a later stage, I've got BABSI, who's a newbie on Canfoy TV. I've got familiar faces coming back on the channel in MOBAY, GOONER and IG. We've just been talking about the situation at Arsenal, VITORIA SC. We've got the draw 1-1, and just things are up in the air, really. So actually, let's just move on because I know it's going to be a very short bite size. So the next thing actually I want to talk about was the game tomorrow. We're going to be playing against Leicester City. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you guys for a prediction. So I'm going to go to IG. What's your prediction for tomorrow?
I don't do this, but still, 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw.
Okay. BABSI?
It's a hard one, though. But
Go on, 9-0. Go on. I'm expecting a 9-0. Route.
no, I don't think it will be a beatdown, though. But 2-1 to Leicester.
2-1 to Leicester. Okay. MOBAY. What about the Hennessy?
I don't know. We won't. I don't know. We won't win. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Say something.
1-1.
1-1. 1-1. Right.
You know what? I'm never on IG. I know you haven't known me this long. You haven't really followed my YouTube channel like Alex have been doing over the years. I haven't been making any videos, but I've never picked Arsenal to lose a game ever. I don't care who they're playing. Manchester City. I've never picked Arsenal to lose a game. I've never wished on Arsenal to lose a game. Never, ever. I'm not one of them on Twitter that you see saying that we're going to get beat 9-0 or 10-2. I'm not that guy. I'm not somebody that's praying for us to lose so Emery get the sack. I'm not that guy. Maybe you have me wrong. The problem is I support Arsenal FC. Okay, and whatever manager is managing Arsenal, I expect them to win. That's just me. You might be a different fan, and just because he's the manager now, don't mean I have to support him. I want Arsenal to win. I don't care if we finish in the top 4 this season. I still think Emery is not the right man for the job because he have a small club mentality. He does. He have a small club mentality. That's just me. I support Arsenal FC. I want Arsenal to win. I do not support Unai Emery. I think that's where you're getting it twisted at. Don't want Arsenal to lose. Don't get it wrong.
But MOBAY, doesn't IG have a point that, you know, really, if we see Unai Emery doing well, he's picking his best 11, he's not tinkering with the squad. If he's doing well, that means Arsenal by default are going to do well as well, aren't they?
Exactly, but that's what I said earlier, and I think you overstate my point. I said if he goes back to basics, like he did when he first came here, we will perform better. At this point, he's not doing that, and he showed no signs of going back to that. That's what I said earlier. I don't want him to fail. Yeah. Okay, I don't want the guy to fail. I want the guy to do right. You can't just sit here and I'm not going to support him if he keep losing. I can't do that. I think that's hypocritical. I'm not going to sit here and the people seem to think that he's above criticism because he's the manager of Arsenal. We should let him mess up for 3-4 years without saying. I shouldn't say nothing negative about Unai Emery because he's been here for 18 months. No, Arsenal are losing games. It hurts to watch that. I don't think people see that. When you sit there and watch other teams in the league that don't even spend as much money as you, fans like you yourself have to go to games. We deserve better. We expect better. Of course, I expect Arsenal to play better. People saying, "Oh, you're an entitled fan because you think Arsenal is this big club." Of course, we are. We're supposed to be like that. There's a top 6 in England for a reason. The top 6 supposed to be better than the rest. You're supposed to act like that. You don't go to Sheffield United and park the bus to try and get a 0-0. They were playing in the championship just a year ago. I'm not praying for Unai Emery to fail. I'm praying for Arsenal to win. And if he's the manager, or if somebody else is the manager, I'm going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing I want to get across, about my prediction. My heart obviously want Arsenal to win, definitely. But my brain, according to my mind and what I've been seeing, my prediction is based towards that. Basically, that's it.
Form of the two teams. Understand? Yeah. I'm a form of the two teams.
The form of the two teams, yeah, man. Yeah, I can't see us going there and like even having a draw. No chance.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. IG, do you want to say something before I wrap up this Easytalk bite size?
I would want to. MOBAY, no hard feelings, bro. I completely respect what you feel. I've never got you twisted. See, I as a fan, I cannot doubt your devotion to Arsenal. I will never. That's not my right, because I completely agree. You've been supporting the club probably before even I was born, maybe. I don't know, but to be sure, I think I didn't get you anything twisted. But I think what I hear something is quite a little bit of. I know Emery has never he never had a very good record in the Champions League. I know that's a different topic altogether because we have not got Champions League for long now. And big club mentality, as you said, we're in a transition period. Probably we should have been quite long ago. I think after 2012 we should have been just like Manchester United, but it took us very long to understand that. But finally we did, and now we've got a manager. And probably I think Arsene Wenger is very much lucky enough to actually manage for 22 years at the club. I don't see anyone else doing that in the future. I don't know how. I know how what fans felt at that moment of time, because I think I was watching more closely since 2012 season, and I can understand that as well. But that does not. I will stick by Emery, and even though he gets the sack, I don't give a damn. Even though he's been replaced by Luis Enrique or whoever is linked right now, even Brendan Rodgers comes in, he will find the same malaise, because probably you talk about our more experienced players. Well, our more experienced players are the most average players in the Premier League. So until and unless that changes, nothing's going to happen. And yes, I completely agree. He did quite basics right, but he had more formidable players last season. He had Hector from the get-go. Hector had the most number of assists second most number of assists in the season last season, and he was injured for the most part of it, second most part of it. So if he comes in, he did not play against Vitoria. I'm expecting him to play against Leicester. That's my logic. Because if he does, that right hand side gets more assists, gets more crosses, and that sets the tone for the attack. And if that happens, I think we can expect some magic. I also have hope, bro. But for me, Emery and Arsenal, they are not two. They're not two separate pieces. They're one.
Okay. I just want to, before I wrap up this segment, I just want to say on a serious point that on Canon 4 TV, we have a lot of voices. We allow you to have your opinions, whether you're Emery in, Emery out, or whether you hate the player, but we don't limit fans or people come onto the channel and go overboard. I think that has been the saving grace of Canon 4 TV, that we allow you to have your opinions. So we have our opinions on Unai Emery, MOBAY, GOONER. When things are going wrong, we say things, in our opinion, is going wrong. We're not going to, look through the situation with rose-tinted glasses. If things are not working out right, we're going to say. And when things are going right, we'll say things are going right. So we're not biased. We give everyone their opinion. Everyone has their say, as long as they don't go overboard. But this is the wonder of Canon 4 TV, that we let you guys have your opinion on Canon 4 TV. But
love it, respect.
Babsi, I want to say a big thank you to coming on to Canon 4 TV, and I guess it's going to be the first time and not the last time that you're going to be coming back on Canon 4 TV. Hopefully,
been a pleasure.
All right, MOBAY, GOONER, always a pleasure, man. No Hennessy today, man.
As usual, I'm gonna need it after this. That's for sure. I'm definitely drinking tonight. And I'm saving one for tomorrow.
Yeah, save one for me as well.
Hopefully we can win, and I can be a happy camper all weekend. I'm praying.
Right. But one thing for sure, it's very stressful to support Arsenal, man.
Yeah, it is. It's very stressful. I'm telling you. And expensive. It's very stressful and expensive.
IG.
It's always fun. It's always a fun to have MOBAY.
Absolutely.
My God.
Just a couple of notices. There is no fan comment for 2 weeks. We're going into an international break, so there will be no fan comments for the next 2 weeks. My brother will continue doing the voice of reason, but no fan comments and no Easy Talk for the next 2 weeks. But we'll continue to do some promo work in between now and then. But guys, again, it's been a pleasure to have you back on Canon 4 TV.
Maybe we should plan a show for the international break sometime in between when there's nothing going on, and that way we can just discuss everything that happened after the Leicester game, everything that's been going on, and we just leave it there and move on from there. Let's just cut it off. Have a good show. Cut it off there and move forward.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Anyhow, if you guys have been wondering who or what you've been watching, you have been watching Canon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over the world.